περάσουμε στο επόμενο θέμα, το οποίο αφορά ένα ολοκαίνουριο εστιατόριο, το οποίο άνοιξε τις πόρτες του και σας περιμένει στην καρδιά της παροικίας. Γίνεται λόγος για το νέο ελληνικό εστιατόριο με ονομασία MEZOPOLY. Η κάμερα του Hellenic TV και οι συνεργάτες μας επισκέφτηκαν το εστιατόριο, κατέγραψαν το μοντέρνο χώρο του μαγαζιού, πήραν συνεντεύξεις και βρέθηκαν στην εκδήλωση έκπληξη που έγινε προς τιμήν του ελληνοκύπριου σκηνοθέτη Κυριάκου Μιχαήλ, τον οποίο τίμησε η βασίλισσα της Αγγλίας με το μετάλλιο του εξαίρετου τάγματος της Βρετανικής Αυτοκρατορίας, γνωστό και ως MPE. Ο συνεργάτης του σταθμού μας, Άγγελος Κοτσάκου, είχε την ευκαιρία να μιλήσει με τον σκηνοθέτη σχετικά με την καριέρα του, καθώς και για την απονομή του μεταλλείου από την βασίλισσα της Αγγλίας. Στο βίντεο που ακολουθεί θα παρακολουθήσετε πλάνα από το εστιατόριο MEZOPOLY, τη συνέντευξη που έδωσε η διευθύντρια του εστιατορίου, Σοφία Κοσίδου, στο συνεργάτη του σταθμού μας, Άγγελο Κοτσάκου, καθώς και τη συνέντευξη του Κυριάκου Μιχαήλ.
Χαίρετε κυρίες και κύριοι, βρισκόμαστε στο MEZOPOLY, ένα καινούργιο εστιατόριο στην καρδιά της παροικίας, στο Palmer's Green. Βρισκόμαστε εδώ με την κυρία Σοφία, η οποία θα μας μιλήσει περισσότερο γι' αυτό. Χαίρετε και καλή σας χρονιά.
Ευχαριστώ επίσης.
Καταρχάς, MEZOPOLY, είναι τεράστια απορία όλων, θα θέλαμε να μάθουμε γιατί MEZOPOLY.
Θέλουμε να το ονομάσουμε μεζεδοπολείο, αλλά επειδή είναι δύσκολο για τους Άγγλους να το προφέρουν, καταλήξαμε σε αυτό το όνομα, γιατί έχει και τη λέξη μεζέ μέσα και τη λέξη μεζέ. Η πόλη του μεζέ, η μεζούπολη, και έτσι το κάναμε με MEZOPOLY. Το μοιάζει και με το μονόπολη.
Είναι και κάπως παιχνιδιάρικο, ναι. Θα θέλετε να μας πείτε λίγο για το μενού σας, το τι εκπροσωπεί αυτό το μαγαζί, κυρίως σαν κουζίνα.
Λοιπόν, επειδή έχω παρατηρήσει ότι πάρα πολλοί άνθρωποι διαλέγουν το μεζέ, που παραλαμβάνει πάρα πολλά μεζεδάκια, τα οποία δεν τα τρώνε όλα και είναι κρίμα, δηλαδή μετά πετάγονται, δεν τα θέλεις όλα ή χορταίνεις με τα ορεκτικά και δεν τρως το κύριο πιάτο σου. Και έτσι σκεφτήκαμε να μπορείς να επιλέξεις μόνος σου το τι θέλεις να φας. Έχουμε επιλογή από περίπου 60 με 70 μεζεδάκια και έχουμε 10 κυρίως πιάτα που είναι σε πιο μεγάλη ποσότητα. Όλα τα άλλα είναι σε μικρές ποσότητες και μπορείς να παραγγείλεις όσα πιατάκια θέλεις και ό,τι πιατάκι θέλεις.
Έχετε ελληνική και κυπριακή κουζίνα ή περιλαμβάνετε και άλλες κουζίνες μέσα σε αυτό?
Μόνο ελληνική και κυπριακή.
Θα θέλαμε επίσης να μας πείτε τα ωράριά σας και το τι χωρητικότητα έχει το μαγαζί για όλους όσους ενδιαφέρονται να έρθουν.
Λοιπόν, χωρητικότητα είναι περίπου στα 32 άτομα. Επειδή είναι η αρχή, είπαμε να ανοίγουμε 7 μέρες την εβδομάδα, 12 με 10. Και θα δούμε.
Τι μπορεί να φάει ένας vegetarian στο μαγαζί σας και αν υπάρχει ξεχωριστό μενού για αυτόν?
Δεν υπάρχει ξεχωριστό μενού, αλλά γράφει πάνω σε κάθε τι έχουμε ένα V που είναι για vegetarians. Έχουμε μεγάλη επιλογή για vegetarian και επίσης και για vegans, γιατί αυτή τη στιγμή είναι της μόδας και έχουμε πάρα πολλούς vegans.
Θα θέλετε να μας πείτε επίσης για τη σπεσιαλιτέ του μαγαζιού ή όσα ποτά σερβίρετε?
Λοιπόν, σπεσιαλιτέ. Έχουμε 10 αληφές, 10 όσπρια, τα οποία θα είναι ωραία να το δοκιμάσετε γιατί μερικά είναι διαφορετικά φτιαγμένα. Το σπεσιαλιτέ έχει πολλά. Ένα δικό μου αγαπημένο είναι το στιφάδο και μου αρέσει πάρα πολύ με πουρέ, πατάτα πουρέ, σερβιρισμένο.
Οπότε αυτό προτείνετε εσείς.
Ναι, πατάτα πουρέ με στιφάδο. Ποτά. Όλα τα κρασιά μας είναι ελληνικά, εκτός από το προσέκο. Έχουμε ούζο τσίπουρο με ταξά. Έχουμε επίσης μαστίχα και τεντούρα, σαλικέρ, από ελληνικά ποτά και έχουμε και φινσάντο από τη Σαντορίνη.
Θα ήθελα να μάθουμε επίσης αν ο χώρος προσφέρεται για κάποια εκδήλωση, αν μπορεί κάποιος να κλείσει ένα πάρτι εδώ ίσως.
Φυσικά και έχουμε ήδη μια κράτηση το Σάββατο, είναι το πρώτο πάρτι γενεθλίων που θα κάνουμε.
Χαίρομαστε πάρα πολύ γι' αυτό και ευχόμαστε κάθε επιτυχία. Σας ευχαριστούμε πολύ.
Και εγώ σας ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you from MEZOPOLY. I'm here with Mr. Κυριάκου Μιχαήλ, a very famous director here in London. Hello, Mr. Kyriakos.
Hello there, how are you?
I would like to ask you about your career these years.
Okay, so I'm a theatre director and I've been directing for about 13 years, and I run a theatre in East London called the Theatre Royal Stratford East, and it's a really important theatre because we do work that's new writing and new plays and new musicals, and we do theatre that's really exciting and it goes around the world.
I've heard about your awards, the MBE.
I know, I feel really lucky, I feel really privileged and proud that I got an MBE for service to the arts, which means they recognise all the work that was happening at Stratford East for all those 13 years, and that's a team effort. So a lot of us working hard to make really exciting theatre in East London, and to be recognised with an MBE is really quite speechless actually. I'm really proud and really excited.
I think a lot of people are very proud of you. And I would like to tell me what was your most memorable moment of your career?
It sounds like my career's over, doesn't it? Hopefully there'll be more stuff. But I think the most exciting work you do is the work you're doing that's most relevant that you're doing now. So every time you put on a new show, it's like kind of it's a lot of hard work, there's a lot of pressures, but hopefully you kind of attract new audiences, which is really exciting. I don't think I've got a favourite. I think everything I do is kind of, you always think back and think how you can do things better, but I think it's all quite exciting.
Any message for people who want to chase a career like yours?
Listen, the fact that I've got this MBE is a real privilege, but I think a lot of people are doing lots of important work around the country, whether it's in the arts or doing other kind of stuff. I'm just really feel I'm lucky that I've been recognised in this way. And of course, we've all got to work hard and do what we can do, but it's a team effort at the end of the day.
Can you tell us about some of the plays that you've directed?
Yeah, I've directed plays. I've directed the majority of my work. I do are new plays and new writing. And the very first play I did 13 years ago was all about Green Lanes. It was called The Battle of Green Lanes. And it was all about the Greek community and the Turkish community living side by side in Greek lanes, written by a guy called Kosh Omar, who's a Turkish Cypriot. And we worked together on this new piece of writing, which is about our childhood, us growing up in in North London. And that was really exciting to be my first play in that theatre, which kind of really talked about what it was like to be Cypriot, a second generation Cypriot in London. That was my first piece. And then other work, I've worked with people like Ray Davies, who is famous Kinks rock and roll star. And I just did a play called Tommy by Pete Townsend, who's another kind of slightly famous rock and roll star. So those are two kind of big famous pieces. But other work I've done work that's like The Harder They Come. That went to the West End and then transferred around North America and Canada. That was an exciting show because you get to travel around the world with the show. But other pieces have been sort of more modest pieces of work, but just as important. Lots of new plays by new writers, lots of plays about being an immigrant, lots of work about being a second generation immigrant and what that means. So a whole varied bunch of stuff really. But the majority of it is all about new work and new stories. And I kind of think that anyone can tell a story. So I think anyone out there who wants to write a play should write a play because there might be something in it and it might be able to go on.
Any struggling moments from your career that you remember, or maybe any problems that you had?
I've just got an MBE, so in hindsight it was all great and really easy, and I've got no problems with any of it really. But I'm sure that, yeah, of course, it's never easy when you want to sort of start a career in the arts, because a lot of people want to do it. I think in the early days, trying to be recognised for the work, that's always quite difficult. But I'm lucky now. I'm lucky that I've got a body of work behind me, and I just feel really privileged.
Can you tell us a bit more about the MBE award? What is the whole ceremonial thing?
I think my peers, the people who work in theatre, decided to put me forward for the award, and I think it goes to government and they recognise you for it. And what happens is it's a wonderful day. We meet in the morning, we go to Buckingham Palace, and then we get a chance to have a conversation. In this case, it was with the Duke of Cambridge, Prince William, and it was a lovely day. I was able to take my mum and my brother and one of my aunts. And it was magical being in this thing called Buckingham Palace. You only see it on television, but to actually finally be there and to walk around, and
It's such a privilege.
it's a privilege, and also it's quite strange because you don't know whether you kind of think, well, do you belong there? Are you allowed to be there? And also it's quite complicated because it's a member of the British Empire. We've got to recognise what the empire meant politically for a lot of people, and also for us as Cypriots, with Cyprus being part of the empire up until the late 50s, early 60s. So it's complicated when you want to be recognised for something that's about the empire, which for us as Cypriots means we've got checkered history with the empire. But I kind of think it's really important that we kind of take these awards as second generation Cypriots, and we re-establish the history of what the empire means for us.
What are your future plans?
I've got so many plans. I'm going to carry on making theatre, so there's lots of plans for me to direct some plays in London and maybe elsewhere in the country. So I'll be.
Can we get a name of them?
I can't tell you yet. No, it's all secret until it happens. Otherwise, I get told off. So there's some plays coming up this year and next year, but also I'm looking at making some TV and film work. I think we haven't got enough stories about who we are and what we're about, either on stage but also in TV and film. And I think it's really important that we try and tell a different kind of story in television and film. So I'm going to be making some TV dramas and some film work, hopefully that talks about who we are and what it's like to be either be an immigrant or be an outsider. You know, we have a funny role in the world, don't we? Because on one hand we're British, but also we're Cypriot, and how those two things come together. And I think that's really interesting as a story.
So you get a combined philosophy of that.
I think there's lots of us in this country who are more than one thing. Or lots of us who were born here, whose parents came over here. There's lots of us who are either British Greeks, British Indians, British Jamaicans. We're all these people who are very British, but also have this other history and this other ethnicity. And I think we deserve to have our own stories on stage and in TV and film. Absolutely.
We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.